What you are is actually prior to language. This is the reason that we cannot talk about awakening. We can only point toward it. We cannot really talk about the experience because it's prior to language. So now that you know that you are, what I want to do is I want you to notice that you know that you are, but are there any words for you to describe to me what you are? And no, there are not. Because the sense of being, which is just words, what you are is actually prior to language. This is the reason that we cannot talk about awakening. We can only point toward it. We cannot really talk about the experience because it's prior to language. We're reduced to pointing at it. If you notice, language is actually a me and a you thing. We don't need it until there's a me and a you and we have something to talk about, at which point we'll have to have language to do so. But it's way on down the line. When there's just one thing, is there really anything to say? If there's just one thing, does it need language? Who would it talk to? What would it talk about? Well, we notice that there is just one thing going on, and that it may not need language, but it certainly has it, because it has this unit using it and those units listening to it. But it doesn't mean that this is still not the same one thing, because it is. This is that same one thing talking to different aspects of itself. So we know that you still exist, but now let's look at, let's look at some terminology. So what I'm going to suggest is that somehow the sense of being and the void are actually two descriptions, aspects, or experiences of the very same thing. The very same one thing. So now let's look at some terminology. We said we had the sense of being, we said we had the void, and we've now seen that those two apparently are synonymous with each other, that they're different aspects or experiences of the same thing. But we've also said that you're there. So now when I use the three terms, sense of being, void, and you, am I talking about three different things? Or am I talking about three different aspects, experiences, or descriptions of the same one thing? The answer is clear. I'm talking about the one thing. So what this is all actually beginning to point to is that on a very visceral level, that there's only one thing, quote, out there, and you're it. But I don't want you to just accept this because we've stumbled on it. I want you to test it, because that's what we do here. We test things. So what I want you to test is, I want you to notice something here. I want you to notice that your attention is still with you. You'll remember that last week we talked at some length about attention. Your attention is still with you because it can't not be with you. Because your attention is another aspect of you. What is attention? It's focused awareness, isn't it? Now what I want you to do is I want you to use your attention again here, and I want you to do a sweep of the entire void Do a sweep of the entire void and tell me if you can find any place where you are not. Can you find any place where you are not? No, you can't. Wherever your attention goes, there you are. So notice again here that you can say that you are, but the word attention doesn't mean much. What does that really mean? It's just a word. You know that you are, but do you know what you are? Could you possibly tell me what you are? I can tell you, I don't know what I am. I haven't known what I am for over 9 years. I used to have all the answers. Now I'm like my buddy Socrates. I know that I don't know. That's what I know. But that's a big leg up when you know that you don't know. But now that we know that you are, just notice that you can say very easily and honestly about yourself right now, you can say, I am. That's what you can say. You can say, I am, and that's just an unlimited statement. Notice that you can't add anything to that 2-word sentence without limiting yourself. You can't say, I am this or I am that. The only thing, without limiting yourself, the only thing you can say that's actually true is I am. So you can say I am, but you can state that you are, but you don't know what you are. Just like me. Welcome to my territory. So now what I want to do is, now that you know that you are, but not what you are, I want to go back to our story, because our story is actually a handy little mechanism which lets us see things very clearly, very easily, very deeply. So we're going to go back to our story. You'll remember our story. We had lots of arisings, stars and whatnot. And I took all of those arisings away from you. But now I've actually had a change of heart. And I'd like to give all of those arisings back to you. But I have a technical problem. My technical problem is that from the time that I took all of these things away, and now when I want to give them back to you, during that period of time, what we found out is that there's nothing but you. So if there's you and only you out there, tell me, in the context of our story, where would I have to put these arisings if I wanted to give them back to you? What's available for me to put these in? I mean, if there's you and only you out there, which is what we've seen, then that means I'd actually have to put these arisings inside of you, wouldn't I? And it's just exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my magic wand, and I'm going to bring back the distant galaxies, and I'll slip them right inside of you. Nowhere else for them to go. And now I'm going to go ahead and bring back the Milky Way, and I'm going to bring back the star clusters and the stars and the nebula and the black holes. I'm going to poof right back the little comets and the dwarf planets. I'm going to bring back the regular planets with their moons and their rings. I'm going to bring back the asteroids, and I'm going to bring back the asteroids. I'm going to bring back the meteorites. I'm going to bring back our moon, and I'm even going to bring back our sun. And now that I've brought all of these things back, what I want you to know is I brought all of these things back now. But I still have a technical problem, because now that we've brought back almost all of outer space, I have another technical issue, which is that just a few minutes ago, and what I like to think of as the upside of our story, as we were seeing all of these things, we said when you were at this point, we said that you were in outer space. But was that true? Were you in outer space? Or do you notice that outer space can only occur inside of you? And that's it, isn't it? Outer space actually occurs inside of you, just like everything else does.